Okay guys, another Loop Band video, workout video for you all. Opposite muscle groups than what we worked in the other Loop Band video. So love this one because it's super quick, only a minute or two-ish per exercise. So it's super simple. When you think that you don't have time to do a workout and you don't have a place to do a workout, you can use anywhere if you've got your bands, if you've got a wall. So I hope you try it. Okay, let's get warmed up through your lower body and your upper body. Lower body, you want your yellow band above your knees. So let's get that in place. And then the blue band around those wrists. So let's just do some nice butt kickers with a little bicep curl. You choose what you want to do with your arms. So your palms can be facing in or your palms can be facing up for that bicep curl. So just moving through those elbow joints, moving through those knee joints, getting a little stretch through your quads, getting warmed up through your glutes. Just find a nice little alternating butt kick and a double-sided bicep curl. Now let's go ahead and switch that up to a high knee and just hold those arms up for now. So alternate that high knee, the band gives a little bit of resistance. Good, and then let's go ahead and bring those arms up and just do a little separation of those arms. Press out on that band just to kind of get moving through that shoulder socket. Nice. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now get rid of that blue band and just the yellow band on your lower body. Let's do some air squats. And then when you're ready, do some open and close, alternating which arm is on top and on bottom. Stretch out through that chest, through those legs. If you need a longer warm up, go ahead and go through these again. Just stop the video. But we're gonna be done in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, for your lower body, we're gonna be working near a wall. So find that wall that you wanna use, find your blue band. We're gonna work your quads with a little single leg extension, your inner thighs with a little leg lift for those adductors, those inner thighs, and then we're gonna turn and face the wall and work through those abductors and your glutes. So find your wall, find your blue band, and we'll get started. So to start off, I want you to find your wall. Your right hand's gonna go against the wall. We're gonna be working that left side. So put the band underneath that right ball of the foot, and then hook it around your left ankle. Point through your toe, and stretch your leg out just a little bit so you're nice and straight through that quad. Then lift through that leg a little bit so your knee bends a little bit. And I just want you to straighten and then bend through that knee. So it's a little tiny range of motion for that quad. So you're gonna be feeling it in your hip flexor. Lean back a little bit to take it out of that. But you're literally just doing a leg extension here for your quad. The range of motion is not huge. You tap that toe down, lift, try to break through that band. Lift, try to break through that band. Lift, try to break through that band. Good. Then tap that toe back every time. Lean back. You're going to feel it in that hip flexor. You're going to start to feel it on the other side too because you're stabilizing, but you get to hold on to this wall. Let's go for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. For inner thigh, band stays exactly where it is, but I want you to separate those legs a little bit and then externally rotate through that left leg, inner thighs pointing in and up a little bit. Point through that toe and you're just sweeping that leg across your body for an inner thigh lift. So think about lifting it up and in, up and in. Use your core, stand up nice and straight, up and in. So you're just sweeping across that body and your inner thigh is working. You're trying to go across the midline of your body with that inner thigh. Your leg is nice and long. You're still gonna feel it in that hip flexor and your quad because you just worked them. But think about that lift and lower, really leading with that inner thigh. It's like there's a string from your inner thigh up and you're pulling it up and across your body. Let's go for 5 more. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now I want you to take that band, put it around both ankles, straighten it out, and face the wall, both hands on the wall, and you choose how far away you want to be from it. Let's work through that left leg, so really plant through that right leg, slight bend in that right leg and that knee, and then we're just abducting ABD out to the side. So flex through that foot and think about leading with that outer thigh, that glute on that left side, just to do a nice little extension out laterally to work through the side of that leg, the side of that glute. Thinking about stabilizing through the other leg, and we're trying to do this without leaning to the right side. So we get to hold on to this wall and really stabilize through the right leg. Let's lift up for 5 more. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do that right side. So put that band around the left ball of your foot or arch of your foot, and then around the right ankle, or right ankle. And let's plant that hand into that wall. Think about pointing through that toe, long leg, and a little tiny lift. And you're just doing that extension and then tap that toe. Extension, tap that toe. So the range of motion is not huge, but we're working that thigh. So the front of your leg, you're straightening it out, bending through that knee to tap the toe. Straightening, bending through that knee to tap the toe. So it's nice and slow, and then hold that extension at the top for a second before you bring that toe back down to the floor. Lengthen, tap down. Lengthen, tap down. Lengthen, and tap. Good, really feel how that concentrates on that quadricep area of that upper leg. Straighten and bend, straighten and bend. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, moving to that inner thigh. So band stays exactly where it is. If you want to come out from the wall a little bit, you're totally fine. So externally rotate through that leg, point through that toe again. This time you're bringing that leg, straight leg, up and across the midline of your body. So leading with that inner thigh. Long leg, inner thigh is going up and in across your body. So think about if you were trying to like sweep a box across the floor with that inner thigh, with that inner foot. The work is in the inner thigh. That's why we're turned out through our leg. You're also going to feel it in that quad and that hip flexor because we have been using them here. Think about sweeping up and in. Really turn that toe out, make that leg nice and long, point those toes, nice and pretty and tall through your posture. Lean back a little bit if you want to, if you can. That feels better. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, so move that band up around your ankles, and we're gonna work through that right abductor, outer thigh, and then your glute on that right side. So figure out how far away you wanna be from that wall with both arms. Bend through your knees a little bit, and just think about right leg moving, pressing out through that band, then bringing it back. Pressing out through that band and bringing it back. Again, we're not leaning way to the left side to get that leg up. We're just using that outer thigh and that outer glute to do that leg lift out to the side. Think about flexing through that foot. And sometimes it helps to think about leading with that heel. You don't want to necessarily turn your foot in, but think about leading with that heel with the outside edge of that foot to do this lift. Lift and lower, lift and lower. With control, bring it in. Don't let that band pull you in. Let's go for 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, the first thing for your chest, use your blue band, or if you want to use your lighter band, I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead and wrap that band around our wrists and point your elbows, or point your hands, your palms down, and stretch out that band as much as you can, just having some tension on it. And think about pulling those elbows in towards the back of your body. That band comes towards your chest, and then press back out. So think about that chest press that we do when we're laying on the ground or on the bench. Those arms, those palms facing forward, here facing down. Just think about pulling back, working that back a little bit, and stretching out, working that chest. Just a little bit different. The other thing you could do here is grab the band with those fingers, that hand, and press in and out that way. I'm fine with that too. This is one of 3 exercises we're going to do for the chest. So just use it to work. Pull those elbows back, then squeeze those chest muscles together as those arms, those hands come forward. Press and pull. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, next thing for that chest. So let's put that band in the palm of your hand, under your thumb, through that left hand. Put that left hand onto your right shoulder, and then grab the band with that left thumb or that right thumb. And I just want you to do that single arm fly. So think about pressing your palm, facing your palm in, open out to the side, bring it in. Open out to the side, bring it in. Keep a soft little bend through your elbow and pull in. So think about hugging that big tree or that big ball. Just a little bit of different work for that chest. Not a huge amount of tension. Good. Open and close through that hand. Palm facing in for that chest fly. Really open it, and then resist it in. Open it and resist it in. Open and close through that right side only for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's switch that band now to do that left side chest fly. So band goes in your right hand, between that thumb and that pointer finger. That hand goes onto your left shoulder, and then left arm is going to be out to the side, moving in and out, palm faces in. So you can keep those fingers long, or you can grab onto that band with your whole hand, your whole fist. So we're just thinking about moving out and in, slight bend through that elbow. So pull back, squeeze in, pull back, squeeze in. Make sure you get that range of motion where you feel that stretch in your chest when your arm is back, and then really resist the band, and you should feel that single side of your chest working. Open and close. When you close, you're keeping that soft bend in that elbow. So you're like hugging that big ball, hugging a tree. And if we were doing both sides, you would almost be bringing those hands together at the center of your body. So squeeze, out and in. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Last thing for that chest, I want you to find that counter or that wall again, or maybe like a railing, probably not a chair. And you can choose to use the band or not, but we're gonna do a staggered stance, little press, chest press or push up on the wall or the railing or the counter, just to work through that chest, burn it out on each side really quick. So think about whatever surface you're going to, and you can certainly do this on the floor too. And again, no band or band for more pressure. So just think about a nice staggered stance and just move up and down through that staggered stance push-up. So working through that chest, you're gonna feel your back a little bit too, probably your shoulders because you've got this band wrapped around those arms. So I just want you to lower, press away using those chest muscles. Lower, press away using those chest muscles. Make sure your head, neck, and shoulders are all long. No compression through that spine. Good. 5 more. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake your arms out for a second, and let's just switch that stagger. So my left hand now is going to go higher than my right hand. Spread out that band as much as you can, or if you're not using a band, that's totally fine as well. And just lift and lower through that little push-up. So now biasing that left side a little bit more because that hand is higher on our surface, on your wall, on your counter, maybe on the floor. If you're on the floor doing this, go to your knees. That's totally fine. Just think about using those chest muscles to really press away from the floor. Last thing for that chest here. Let's do 5 more. 5, press. 4, press away, squeeze. 3, 2, and last one. Time to focus on those biceps. So use your lighter band or use your blue band, whatever you feel more comfortable with, and you can always switch it around if you need to. But find whichever band you're using, put it around those wrists again, and let's start with your palms in, and I want you to move those elbows a little bit away from your body. Usually when we do biceps with a bar or with our dumbbells, we keep those elbows squeezed into our body. But now I want you to add a little bit of resistance, a little bit of tension by moving those elbows away from your body. And we're just gonna work through a nice little bicep curl here. So pressing away from the band, putting some tension on that band with those forearms, and using that bicep, squeezing and releasing, but keeping that contraction as much as we can. Making it harder by moving those elbows way out from your body. As long as you can do that without squeezing those elbows or those shoulders up to your ears. If you start to feel like that's just feeling like tension through your head, neck, and shoulders, move those elbows back in. But right now, just trying to burn out through those biceps. I have my palms faced in. You can always do it palms facing up, or you can alternate. So lots of reps here because we don't have a lot of weight, but you're gonna start to feel it. Tension on that band the whole time, no loosey-goosey. Elbows out away from your body as high as you can get them to feel those biceps. Good. Squeeze, lengthen, squeeze, and lengthen. Let's go 10 more here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold here, palms face in for this one. Tiny press up, lower down. Tiny press up, lower down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, now find your light band or keep this blue band. We're going to kneel down with our right leg. That band is going to go around that left heel. And let's just do a bicep curl here. So to the side of your knee, you have your palm facing up. You can squeeze it with those fingers or keep your palm nice and wide and long, fingers long. But it's just a little isometric, little tiny half curl for that left bicep. So I have my blue band. It's not letting me curl all the way up. If you have your lighter band, you might be able to have a little bit more range of motion through that bicep. You should feel it already because we just did that double-sided work. I'm gonna go for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switching feet and arms for bicep work on that right side. So my band is going underneath that arch or those ball of the foot of that right leg. My hand is to the outside of that knee. Palm can be long, or you can grab onto that band with your fingers. Just a little, almost half curl, especially if you have that blue band that has a little bit more tension. If you're using your light band, light colored band, you might be able to get a bigger curl. Squeeze that elbow into your side now. Don't let it just hang out here. Really anchor it to that hip, that quad, so that you can feel that bicep working in that half curl or that full curl if you can get it. So just burning out the biceps with this last little set here on this right side. I'm gonna go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last thing for that upper body today, before we start working on our core and our cool down. So I want you to find that lighter band around those wrists or right above those wrists. I kind of like it in the crease of my wrists. And I'm gonna start with my palms facing in towards each other. I'm just gonna do for our shoulders a little press out down low in front of my quads. Then I'm lifting up the shoulder height and doing another press out. So I'm just gonna alternate, pressing out through that side of the shoulder, press and press. So it's really slow, and depending on which band you're using, I have the lightest band. That's going to determine how far you can press out through those shoulders. So we're working our deltoids, that shoulder, those shoulder muscles, front to back and top of those shoulders. Just go super slow, find that press out, lift, and find that press out. Let's do 3 more like this, and then we're gonna change our hand position. So press out low, press out high, press out low, press out high, low, high, low, and high. Shake those arms out for a second. Shake your head, your neck, release some tension through your neck and shoulders. Okay, I'm gonna change my position to palms down. So readjusting that band, my palms are gonna be facing into me on the low point, down to the ground at my high point. So sweeping those arms out in front of my quads, sweeping those arms out in front of my shoulders. So again, just working through those shoulders, a little bit different hand position. Lift, lower, lift, squeeze out, lower, squeeze out, lift, squeeze out, lower, squeeze out. Now, if you're starting to feel this only in your neck or in your traps instead of your shoulders, you can do this without a band. Or if for some reason you started with that blue band, move to your lighter color band. Pressing in, press out, press up high, press down low. Let's go 5 and 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, last one, and last one. Okay, for your core, before we cool down, let's go ahead and put that band around the ball of your foot on your left side. Grab it with that left hand, and we're just gonna do a little tea kettle work for your obliques. So think about pulling through that band as you come up, lower down with control. So we're working those obliques. You're especially gonna feel it on that right side. Feel a nice stretch on that left side when you really laterally or flex through that right side. So it's just a little tea kettle and lower. So working through those obliques. Lift and lower. Nice and controlled. Stay nice and long through your spine, through your core, and just move that band up and down your leg. Let's go for 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, I want you to grab that band with your right arm, spread those legs out a little bit, and we want to think about, you can keep your left hand on your left hip. Pull through that band and twist to your right side, and then twist down to the left. So now we're just doing a little rotation through our core, a little like half wood chopper. So reach down towards that foot and then pull as you twist to the right. Reach down, twist, lift, right, twist. Good. I want you to do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's do that right side. So thinking about band underneath right ball of the foot, grab that band with your right hand, and we're doing that tea kettle. So lower down to that right side and then lift and squeeze towards your left side. So think about as if you're moving in between 2 panes of glass. You're literally just letting that right hand slide down your leg and then use your left oblique to do that lateral crunch on that left side. Keep squeezing, pull that belly in. Okay, let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Now, keep that band where it is on the foot, grab it with that left hand now, and spread those legs a little bit wider. You're just going to lower down, reach that left hand down towards that foot, and then twist to the left side. So you're reaching down, twisting a little bit to the right, and then really twisting long through that band, through that left arm towards the left. So just a little bit of rotation through that core, through that spine. So you really got to move your upper body around that waistline to feel those obliques and that little twist. Twist to the right, twist to the left, stand tall. A little bit of compression when you reach to the right, and then get nice and tall to the left. Use that elbow, pull it. Good, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Let's cool down really quick. So let's go back to no bands here. Just roll those wrists out while you do that little butt kicker alternating. So stretch out through those thighs that we worked at the beginning. It's a little bit of a hamstring curl. But think about going nice and slow here. Really trying to get that heel up to that bottom so that you feel the lengthening of those quadriceps. Good. Do that for 3 more each side. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Now I want you to do just a single-sided, just a little rotation, opening up through those hips. So lift your knee up to the front, open it out to the side, and then bring it around. Open, bring it around. Open, bring it around. Should feel good for that hip, for that glute, for that inner thigh. Now let's switch that out. So just go the opposite direction. Think about opening up, bringing it around, tap it in the front. Open, bring it around, tap. Open, bring it around, tap. Do that one more time on this side. Good. And tap. Now let's do it on the other side. Lift through that left leg in the front, open it out to the side, and bring it around, tap. Front, side, around. Front, side, around. So go as fast or as slow as you want to. Just feel that nice opening up through that hip, through that inner thigh. One more this side or this direction, and then let's go the opposite. So press it back first, out, around, to the front. Back, out, around, and to the front. Back, out, around, and to the front. Back, out, around, and to the front. Last one. Good. Now let's think about just moving through those shoulders and through those elbows. A little bicep curl with a high knee. Nice and slow, just a nice slow marching. Good. And now let's keep that high knee, but just do some shoulder circles forward. Should be nice, feel nice to stretch out through your chest and through your back and move through those shoulders that we worked. And then let's just go the opposite way. So really feel that opening of that chest. Let's take the march down to just the standing and just really open up through that chest. Feel nice to like lengthen through those shoulders. Good. Do 2 more like this. And the last one, nice. Just reach it up nice and long. Take a big inhale and exhale. And you are done.